Hello, welcome to today's class. Today, I'm going to be talking about the letter I. The letter I? Yes, the letter I. Now, before we get into details, I want us, the two of us, you and me, to help these sentences. They look sick and they need help. So I want the two of us to help these sentences so they can get well and look healthy. Are you ready? I am. So let's go. I have 5 sentences here. All of these sentences have something in common with I, the letter I. Now let's solve this puzzle, this problem here. The first one said, even if I wasn't there, blah, 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 blah. Now what do you think is wrong with this sentence? The letter I. Good job. The letter I. The second one said, I will let you know when I'm leaving. What is wrong here? This number 2 question or sentence is very sick. What is wrong with this second sentence? This is wrong, and this is wrong. Number 3, and they said, I am of no good. Now what is wrong with number 3? Now you know. Yes, now you know. So the third one is also I. Number 4, of course, you know, now you said it, I, okay, it's the letter I. And number 5, now let's get into details, and then we come back to number 5. What are we talking about with this letter I? The nominative form of the singular first person pronoun is always capitalized alongside with its contractions. And that is why we have this incorrect here and we have this incorrect here. Now, if you ask me why this is this way, I do not know. And that is the very honest truth. Now, I asked one of my mentors and he told me that this has something to do way back from the Old English. Now, I wasn't born during the time of the Old English. I was born during this time of the New English. So it wouldn't be very useful for me to give you the details or even to go deeper into the details. This is what I always recommend, the advice that I always give to my student. When you're learning a new language, it is very important that you know the rules. Learn the rules and master the rules. In this way, you are going to be progressive. Because when you start to go into much details about why the rules are the way it is, you are going to fall off. The best way to learn a language is to learn the rules and apply the rules. It's okay to want to know why the rules are that way, but it is not very okay to fall off while you are trying to know why the rules are the way they are. It could affect your language learning and your skill acquisition of this language. So I usually say this to my students. Now, one advice is this. See this first person singular pronoun, I, as a special pronoun, seen as a noun. And that means that it's seen as a name. And by that, it's always in capital letter. And this is going to help you a lot. Now, I know some people are going to say, if you're going to see this as a noun, how about the other pronouns? She, they, we. Yes, that's why I said see it as a special pronoun. And by this way, it's going to help you. Because this letter I, being capitalized always, is simply a rule that is there and doesn't have a definite definition or definite reason why it is so. The only thing we know is that the change occurred from the Old English, which had something to do with the German language and then the English language that was moved from a certain point to where it is now, with the I's and the ish thing from German. That's the only thing we know about this rule. Other than that, there is no other concrete explanation why this pronoun is always in capital letter, while the rest of the pronouns remains in small letter. So it's going to be beneficial if we don't go deep into knowing why it is this way, but follow the rules. I've had an argument with a co-teacher. Then I was working with a teacher, we were sharing one class, and she always writes this I in this form with a small letter. And I called her one day and I said, Miss, do you know that I is always in capital letter? And she said, no, I don't know, and it's not so. And I was like, okay, let me assume you don't know. Let me tell you that this is always in capital letter. She asked me why. I couldn't give her the reason. Then my mentor didn't tell me this story. So I couldn't give her the reason. I only told her, what I know is that I is always in capital letter. This is how I learned. This is how I know that I is always in capital letter. And she said, there is no such thing. I don't know which rule says that, because it's a pronoun and every pronoun is in small letter. I couldn't give her the reason why it's always in capital letter. And because I couldn't give her a reason, I just let it lie. And she continued on, she went on. I assume that she continued writing this way. Who knows, until whenever maybe she had an issue with it, you know. So, but this is just my encounter with trying to correct a co-teacher who usually was making this mistake, and it didn't go well because I wasn't able to give the reasons why the rules are like that. I wish I had known then. I would have helped her more, because what I only tried to do was to help somebody I'm working with, but she wasn't open to the help. But that was just my story. So now let's get to number 5 and finish off. Number 5 sentence says, by that time I was already out. Now, what is wrong with this sentence? Number 5. Just look closely. There's nothing wrong with it. Now you're very smart. That's good. There's nothing wrong with this sentence. Everything is very okay. It is correct because I is capitalized, just as the rule said. So thank you for staying with me through the whole of this class, and I'm happy that you learned something today. And I'm going to see you in my next class. Bye-bye.